So here we are for the Bionic Boxing Barber. Yet again, I'm with Big Joe Egan. Joe, we bumped into each other the other week.
That's right, Clint, in Chippenham. What a great night that was as well. Same as tonight, another great night. I'm enjoying coming to this part of the country. Put on some good fights down here.
They like you down here. You seem to be a busy man.
Well, I'm made very welcome, that's for sure. Steve's show tonight, it's lovely. I've been to a few of Steve's shows, and the reception has always been very welcoming.
Well, it's lovely to get to know you and ask you some questions that I'd really wanted to ask you.
Clint, ask away.
Well, we bumped into each other in the curry house afterwards.
That's
so,
right, yeah.
You know, everybody, you know, you're a great guy in the sport, and your Mike Tyson connection is, you know, world famous. But when you see these guys starting out, does it, and the young ones, does it take you back to the Mike Tyson days in the Catskill Mountains?
I love the sport of boxing. And I tell people, you play football, you play golf, you play basketball, you play tennis, you don't play boxing. Every fighter that climbs into the ring was born with courage. And I admire all the fighters. And every time I go to a show, I travel down memory lane because I get asked about my time with Mike Tyson. Same as you're asking me tonight. And I travel down memory lane. There were great times with Mike. He made me cry a lot. He hurt me many, many times. But it was so great to be in the company after sparring of one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. And 40 years on, we're still friends. That's the great testimony to the sport. So I've been all over the world. I've fought all over the world. And people are fascinated about Mike Tyson. So I get asked about Mike all the time. So yes, I travel down memory lane every day of my life, but I'm not getting hit.
I'm going to ask you now about terrible Tim Witherspoon, because I saw you had a ding-dong some years ago at a function, and I think he was just being a bit awkward, and you were trying to organise and get everybody right, and it got shoved out of Tex a bit. But what you like with him now if you see him out and about?
Me and Tim Witherspoon were friends before that particular incident, and were friends since that particular incident. If I was in the boxing ring with Tim Witherspoon, he would have given me a lesson in boxing. But outside of the ring, I'm a proud man. I'll bow to royalty out of respect. Tim was in the wrong that night, and there was a little bit of verbal. It could have come to blows. I'm so glad that it didn't, because we're friends. But Tim had a few drinks that night. I don't drink alcohol. And I was trying to organise something for photographs. That's all I was trying to do. Tim wasn't behaving himself. But people ask me, we were in the boxing ring, yeah, Tim Witherspoon would have given me a boxing lesson. Yeah. He would have caned me. He was the two-time heavyweight champion of the world. But that doesn't mean outside of the ropes that I had to be afraid of the man. Yeah. So when he was misbehaving, I said to him, Tim, behave yourself.
Yeah. I saw that incident and I thought, well, the trouble is with it all, when you're organising, somebody has to steer the ship. And that night you were steering the ship and looking after everybody.
My friend Scott Murray had put the show on. I actually got Tim the job. I got Tim the job. He was sharing the stage, like rightly so. He's a two-time heavyweight champion of the world with George Chuvalo, a great heavyweight fighter. He was sharing the ring with Tommy Morrison, heavyweight champion, Tony TNT Tucker, two-time heavyweight champ as well. I was very privileged to be there. But I had got Tim the job for my friend Scott Murray. So when Tim arrived at the venue in Cannock to do the event, he'd already had a lot to drink. And then he got more drink when he was there, and he just misbehaved. And I asked him politely to behave himself. And he got a little bit leery, and I asked him to behave.
You touched on Tommy Morrison there. Did you ever meet Tommy Morrison?
Yeah, I done the event with him that night. I done a few events with Tommy.
Yeah.
God rest him, he's sadly not with us anymore. You know, a great heavyweight.
He's always thought of as like a party animal of his day in the 90s, but he must have buckled down and got some work done, because the guy always got in the ring into a fantastic physique.
Listen, Tommy Morrison was a phenomenal fighter. You know, his left hook was famous. He had a great left hook. Yes, he was a glamour boy. He looked great. He was a movie star, John Wayne's great nephew, and he was a Hollywood star in the Rocky film. Tommy Gunn played in the Rocky film, and unfortunately, he never reached the greatness that he could have reached. But he still won a heavyweight title. Yeah. Every fighter that climbs into the ring dreams of becoming a champion of the world. I dreamed it, but I wasn't good enough. I shared the ring with a lot of great world champions, Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis to mention, two of the greatest of my era. I got battered by Lennox, I got battered by Mike. But if you're going to get battered, Clint, you might as well get battered by the best. I got battered by the best.
You must have had some hard times when you were living away from your family, and you would have struggled with your mental health and fought through it like a lot of lads do. What kept you going in them times away from your family, Joe?
I needed the money.
Yeah.
My family needed the money. Paptu was a horrible master. The money at the time was in America. I wasn't making the money in Ireland, so I went to America to make the money. I earned the money with Mike Tyson for 2 years. Great money, but hard-earned money.
A man's got to do what a man's got to do. The game don't get any easier.
No. But it is the hardest earned money in the world, but it's also the greatest sport in the world.
It's lovely to see you again. You've got a great smile on your face when I walk towards you. Thank you so much for letting me interview you.
Clint,
I know you're a busy man. It's so nice of you.
My pleasure.
I hope I bump into you in the curry house later.
Over the curry house, yeah. You know by looking at me, I love my food.
Take care, keep punching. We're here with Big Joe Egan at the boxing. Keep punching, like and subscribe.